let's take a look at our top selections for Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Buer, kicking off a 50-cent pick 5 with a 12% takeout on Preakness Saturday with race number 7, the Grade 3 Frank J. DeFrancis Memorial Dash. We're going 3/4 of a mile for $200,000. Before we get to the analysis, head on over to drf.com/Preakness for your Preakness Day betting strategy guide. It's the Preakness, it's the Black Eyed Susan, it's the DeFrancis Dash. Full card selections, wager recommendations, lots more. Here's the field for the DeFrancis Memorial Dash. We've talked about this in the past, Mike. This sprint division is all of a sudden becoming wide open for the pickings. The DeFrancis might be a really intriguing prep for the Breeders' Cup Sprint. And this morning line favorite, the number 5, Landeskog, when he's right, has shown a lot of ability.
Yeah, he has. He's a very interesting horse. If he can run another good race here, I think he could make his way perhaps to the Breeders' Cup. I don't know about the others, Dan. We'll see what happens in here, but certainly Landeskog is a very interesting horse going forward.
And he's a very fast horse as well. As we throw up the Time Form US pace projector, Time Form US kind of has 3 horses up close. Landeskog, the 1 Admiral Lynch coming off a big win, the 6 Midtown Charlie Brown. I have a feeling if Florent Giroux wants to kind of chirp to Landeskog a little bit, he can make the front.
That's what I thought too. He is a very fast horse. I thought he was the speed of the speed. When he came back off of that layoff last time, he didn't have to go that fast early in the race, but he's capable of going much faster.
Admiral Lynch, the number 1, was trained by Jason Service and Jorge Navarro, 2 controversial figures in the game. It was questionable whether he was able to retain the form with Michael Maker, and Maker got him to run a big race last time out at Saratoga, going 6.5. Let's watch that race right now. Only a non-winner's a 3 optional claimer. Irad Ortiz got him to the outside of a moderate pace early. He took over. He's going to hold off the favorite Honest Mischief. The pace setter, Captain Scotty, the 6, is going to falter to finish last. This Beyer speed figure alone puts him in the conversation. A 104 Beyer. Something tells me you're a little bit dubious about the fig.
I am. I'm very dubious about the fig. We'll see. If he backs it up, obviously he's a player in here. I want to see him do it. He's not a horse that I liked prior to that race. And I know that, it came back fast, but there was no pace in that race at all. He got a perfect trip tracking Captain Scotty, who, as far as I can tell, since he's come back from the Mideast, he can't run at all anymore. And he totally gave that race up, and this horse just took over, and that was it from there. I'm not buying the 104, Dan. I want no part of this horse in this race.
Christo Sky is a very likable veteran. He's won 13 times in his career with 12 seconds and 9/3. He was claimed for $16,000. He came back, and he is now a graded stakes placed runner. Let's watch his effort in the Smile Sprint. He's no match for the favorite, Cool Arrow, in this race, but he showed some good speed. He takes him down to the 8th pole, and he gives it the good old Christo Sky fight. 98 Beyer speed figure. Nice to see him pop a career best in start number 59.
Yeah, he's a remarkable horse who just, he just keeps showing up and running good races. We'll see about, how well that race translates into this spot. Dan, it's another race, right? I'm not sure about that figure that it got, but he has now run 2 fast races in a row.
Eastern Bay, the number 3, in really good form since being claimed by Claudio Gonzalez, has won 3 of 4, including this effort in the Polynesian, going 3/4 of a mile. Lockheed is also in this race, a real hard hitter in the Maryland-bred circuit. And Eastern Bay got a really nice ride from Angel Cruz, being able to split horses now, diving down towards the inside. And then Eastern Bay did the rest. This horse was once claimed for 35. He's rock solid.
I mean, he got a perfect trip in this race and took advantage a little bit, but he also ran well. You're right. He's in very good form since Gonzalez claimed him. I really like his tactical speed in this race. So I think he can get another good trip, and that sort of makes me want to use him somewhere at a price.
Lockheed, I just couldn't find the excuse that day. He just looked good on paper coming into the Polynesian. He prompted a moderate pace. Eastern Bay was just better than him on that day. Lockheed's got plenty of races on his page good enough to win. 3/4 of a mile is what he wants. They ran him 7 in a couple of races, 2 and 3 back. Just a little far for him. Last time out at 6, again, a little disappointed he didn't win, but he's got some races and some nice tactical speed.
Yeah, no, he really does. I mean, out of that last race, I think, the logical position to take is just to rather have Eastern Bay than this horse. On the other hand, if you're going to take their whole careers into account, you probably want Lockheed. He's got some very fast races on his card.
The 5 is Landeskog, and he could very well be the horse to catch and beat for Brad Cox. He earned a 108 Buyer's speed figure, 2 starts back in the Gallant Bob Stakes at Parks. He was entered in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. He was forced to miss the race with an injury. He went away for a long time. He came back. He showed no rust. Let's watch this effort at Ellis Park. First time for trainer Brad Cox. He was just too much for this field. He went right to the lead, and Florent Giroux is riding him like you're supposed to ride a 1-5 shot. He wins on cruise control. The Buyer comes back fast 96. He obviously can still run. And then this just looks like the right spot.
Yeah, that's exactly how I looked at it, Dan. I mean, he probably got everything that he needed out of that return race. I mean, he did get loose on the lead, but considering how long he was away, he probably needed to start, and he still looked good winning that race. Going back to his form as a 3-year-old, he runs one of his really good races. I think he's tough as nails for this field to handle.
Midtown Charlie Brown, the number 6. This is an 11-time winner who is very, very game, has tactical speed, draws outside the other major speeds, and might work out a good outside stalking trip. Let's watch his effort last time out back at Parks, where he does a lot of damage. He's in a little bit of trouble here at the 8th pole. He's going to get to the outside eventually, and once he does, he comes with a really determined run. He kicked it into turbo once he got into the clear.
He did. This is a really good horse. I really like this horse. I don't know if I feel like he's good enough to defeat some of the, shorter prices and faster horses in here, Dan, but this horse is really good, and he just shows up and runs every single time. I can see also using this horse somewhere.
Stan the Man is questionable to participate in this race. He's going to be entered in the Kelso at Belmont this weekend. If he runs here, he certainly has a closer's chance. He's in good form.
He is in good form. He ran well last time. He wasn't meeting that strong of a field in the Tail of the Cat, but he had a lot of work to do in the upper stretch, and he came with a good finish to close that race down.
Nitrous, the number 8, is a 1-run closer. He is pace dependent. Last time out, there was no pace in that optional claimer at Churchill Downs. He was forced to stay a lot closer than usual, and he just lacked the same kick. Give him a barbecue up front, and he's going to feast. I'm just not sure that situation's available to him here.
Yeah, it may not be. I mean, I guess there's a chance, even if, nobody else is fast enough, Dan, that Landeskog, he's just a really fast horse. I mean, maybe he just goes fast on his own and gives Nitrous a chance to at least pick up some pieces in here. I'd like him more if I felt like he'd improved a little bit from 3 to 4, and I don't know that he's done that. But if there's pace in front of him, he will run at the end of this race.
We kick off a pick 5 wager, 12% takeout on the 50-cent pick 5 with race number 7. It's the Frank J. DeFrancis Memorial Dash. Approximate post time on Preakness Saturday, 2:42. But first, let's throw up our picks because I like to try to fool all of you. Landeskog is Mike Beer's top selection in here. I'm going with Admiral Lynch. I like Landeskog a lot. Those are the 2 horses I'm using in the pick 5.
Yeah, I mean, I just liked Landeskog in here and couldn't really talk myself into anybody else. I didn't like your horse that much, but if his last race is for real, he's a major player in here.
It'll be very interesting to see if Landeskog just blows him away and heads on to the Breeders' Cup Sprint. We'll see if Admiral Lynch is good enough. There are a couple of other nice players, especially locally based horsemen, looking for a big piece of this pie in the DeFrancis. Again, 5873 for Mike, 1524 for me, 50-cent pick 5, 12% takeout potential, approximate post 2:42 Eastern. Best of luck.